Hi there, welcome back to my channel and thanks for joining me. Today we have another kit review and something a bit different. Today it's an Airfix. Throwback to the childhood if ever there was one, but this is quite a modern kit. It's the Junkers WW2 Stuka. So this is like basically the aircraft that was dive bombing, doing a lot of the blitzkrieg action on behalf of the Nazis at the start of the Second World War. So it was bombing in Poland, it attacked the Low Countries, and it featured in the Battle of Britain, which is why I bought it, to be honest. I picked this up on eBay for a really good price. The gentleman who was selling it did warn me that he'd cut down the box, which is fine, because he explained it. He cut the box down to make it cheaper to post, so if you see the box battered, don't be concerned, it's fine. Now then, it was, trying to see if I can get you a date. It's, first of all, it's kit number AO7114, and I'm just going to see if I can give you a date for production of this. I think it was 2016, but I'm not 100%. Here we go, yes, model design and tooling 2016, spot on. So you've got some pictures on the side there where we can, I'm just going to bring in a bit more. There we go, showing the, actually I think they're actually 3D rendered images rather than the kit itself. And we have got the option of a Bonn, Germany based aircraft, the Springer 1940, just before they were all shipped to the front and bombing France and Belgium. And it says, the Junkers 87 Stuka quickly became one of the most infamous and feared weapons of World War II. The main dive bomber first saw action in the skies over Spain in the Spanish Civil War, which was 1937, my memory's escaping me. Stuka did contain some modern features such as automatic dive brakes, but overall the design was a bit outmoded. Now of course the thing that used to be most notable about the Stuka was the noise it made. It had these little it had dive brakes, but it also had these siren generators on the leading edge, just below the leading edge here. Sorry, here. And they used to make this screeching sound which was just absolutely horrific, like a banshee. So it struck fear into the hearts of everyone who was actually unfortunate enough to be attacked by it. Anyway, without further ado, we'll have a look inside the box. Okay, typical Airfix instructions. Whoops. Equally typical Airfix markings, and this is a bit of a bugbear of mine. Here they are, the Decals. Nothing wrong with them. The quality is excellent these days. Don't know if it actually says, but they usually cartograph. They look at the thin, beautifully finished, look nice. But where are the swastikas? Because they had swastikas on in World War II. Certainly at the start of World War II they were wearing swastikas, and there's nothing there to enable you to replicate that, which is not acceptable Airfix. Yeah, we're not trying to big up the Nazis, but we want the kit to represent what it actually looked like, and let's not airbrush history. That is ridiculous, and I keep complaining about this. They need to stop it. Other manufacturers get around it. It's quite easy to do. You know how it's done. You just have some decal parts that don't have it in its final form, and therefore it's not going to offend anybody, even if it should, but that's not acceptable. Provide the proper markings as it was seen during the conflict, okay? Okay, rant over. Right, typical thing with Airfix, they have one fairly nasty big bag, which I don't like, I'll be honest. Okay, they had two bags in this case because they've got the clear parts. Let's have a look at those. I'm not going to take them out. Or am I? Go on then, as it's you. I'll take them out for you. Ready for this? There we go. As we're doing a review, I don't want to cheat my viewers. Okay, we've got the very thin outer frame, which looks a little bit busted, but don't worry, it's not. It's just this bit here. Well, they look really, really nice. They are thin. Little scuff here, it's probably just transit. You see, this is the problem with the packing everything in a great big bag and crushing it in together, but I've got to say that looks nice, and that's masked up. I think that's going to be very intricately framed. Quite a lot of masking to do there, I've got to be honest. Not going to be easy, but looks good, can't fault it. So We'll very gently pop that back in the bag. There's a bit of unneeded sprue flying around in there which we'll take out. Right, now this bag is already open, I think. Previous owner opened it already, so we'll just hoik it out of there. I'll bring you out a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Right. Oh, rogue part. So, first one. Engine. So, what we've got here is quite a lot of the engine parts, and we've got the cover for the it's a UMO Daimler engine, I think I'm right in saying. Does it say, I think it's a Daimler-Benz UMO engine if I'm not mistaken. Okay, then we've got various intakes for the underneath the engine itself, and some panel covers, exhausts here. Looks good, looks very good. And then we have propeller and the cowl for underneath the engine. Now one thing that's nice about this kit, I mean this retails at about 30 quid in the UK. I picked it up a lot less than that, but it's nice, it comes with a complete engine, so that's really good. You can have it with or without the covers on, and you've got these optional 2 different types of spinner as well. I'm just looking at them, it's just the size, the spinner design's the same, it's the size of the prop that's the defining factor. So that's nice. Can't fault that. By the way, I should just say that I should just point out that you may have seen my earlier video where I reviewed the Airfix Messerschmitt 109E, the Great Escape, sorry, the one that got away one, based on the pilot that von Werner who disappeared and got away. You may recall that one of the sprues was really good and one was really bad. Well, I can tell you that this is perfect. I mean, this is just gorgeous. There's no flash here, and the plastic, you can tell the plastic's this sort of harder plastic. It's like Tamiya. It's really nice. I can't fault that. I can't see any flaws whatsoever on any of that, so that's nice. Another small one. Here we've got the other thicker prop. That's why they need the 2 spinners. And then we've got exhausts. We've got stubs themselves, the exhausts, inner stub, the boss for the propeller, and the back plate for the spinner. So some great detail, and again no flash at all. It's absolutely gorgeous. Can you see that? Really nice. Really, really good. Okay, then we have many parts here. I can zoom you out for this. So we've got the main frame that forms the spar for the wing support, bulkheads, internals for the cockpit, and quite a lot of parts I don't recognise. I've not built a Stuka before, or not. Well, maybe I built a Matchbox one in the 80s, but not recently. Yeah, there's quite a lot of parts in there, but again, the moulding quality and the plastic it feels hard, not like that blue plasticine stuff that Airfix normally have. This is really, well, it's probably the best Airfix kit I've seen, apart from the Hunter and the Phantom, which came out in the last 12 months. This is that standard, if not better. The plastic's different though. It's a harder grey, feels hard, it feels strong, grey plastic, very nice. Now we get into the real meaty end of things now. I'm going to have to zoom out even more, because here we've got the fuselage. So, fuselage halves, beautifully detailed with panel lines and lots of riveting. That is beautiful. I mean, that, I could almost believe that that was Tamiya. That's how good it is. And the controls here, you've got ailerons and flaps, tail, very finely detailed. Let's just bring you in super close on this, see if you can see what I'm talking about. Can you see that? That is really, really good. Absolutely stunning. some fabulous detail. And then we've got all the slats and flaps for the die flaps, of which there are many. It's quite a complicated system on the Stuka. But look how finely moulded these are, these parts here. Just look at that. And there's many of them like that. It's got to be very careful not to break these off. That is remarkable. I'm not the biggest fan of Airfix for reasons that are obvious. If they're all like this, I think I'd be their biggest fan, because I just can't see anything wrong with it at all. I'm looking, even ejector pins, you know, it's been very well done. Got here the underside of the wing underneath. Then we've got the tanks. Then we've got the dive bombs themselves. Look. Yep. And then we've got the wings. Again, lovely fine detail, little panels, hatches and panels. And a lot of super finely detailed parts. Yeah, if you saw my other review of the Airfix, you know, I was disappointed overall. I think I said so. I'm not disappointed in this. This looks absolutely stunning. I've got some of those little baby bombs that stick, which is sometimes carried under the wing. Look, that's brilliant. It's got the I think that's the bomb swing mechanism. And then finally, the top wing. Big old wings here. Yeah, big old wings here. And again, lovely detail. Tammy are like, maybe even as good as Edward. That's how fine it is, the detail in here. Hoping I can get you to see this a bit better. So, there we go. That is just sublime. And then we've got the covers for the gear, which of course is this permanently down gear, which has got these aero covers over it. And it also has the option of having them. There's two ways of doing it with the gear out or in. Does it retract? I'll come back to that on the instructions. But there's two options anyway. Wow! I'll tell you what, that's stunning. That's a treat. To think that that's Airfix, and again, on this frame here, it's so solid, it feels rock solid, it's not flimsy, the plastic is really hard. I don't mean that in a negative way, I mean it's just robust. It's not that soft, plasticky, plasticine-y, blue tacky. Well, blue tack is the right word, isn't it? That's what their normal plastic is like. Anyway, come out a bit and have a look at this. Here's the instructions. And you have the option of having the engine cowlings open or closed. Very tempting to try and fiddle it so you can have both. But anyway, let's see. Building the wing first of all. Seat goes in on top. And you build the bulkheads up. Then we've got the rear seat going in from the bomber. I presume he's the bomber at the back, isn't he? Bomber, and he operates the machine gun. And if you're going up against the Royal Air Force Spitfires in the Battle of Britain, you're going to need it. So don't miss him out, whatever you do. The main fuselage going together. It sort of pops over the top of this assembly. It sort of drops over, which is a nice. Yeah, that looks like a clever solution, doesn't it? That looks very ingenious. One thing that is missing. There is no figures. There's no pilot or co-pilot. How odd! But it's not in the instructions, so it's not missing. It's just not been in the concept. Putting your wing lowers on. Here we go. Options for the gun bays, open or shut. and the guns are present. There's a lot of detail in this kit as well. There's a lot of there's quite a lot for your money here actually. I'm quite impressed, I've got to say. In fact, I'm blown away. I'll be honest with you, it cost me £23. Absolute bargain. Putting the wings on, upper wings going in, and then you got your tail plane and your rudder and your supports going in there and the elevators. And you build the engine quite late in the process here. You got your cylinders, you've got your cooling system, supercharger, and then your intakes underneath. It looks absolutely gorgeous, to be honest. I don't think I've ever been so impressed by an Airfix kit that I just thought I thought I'd buy this because it's the Battle of Britain. I wasn't expecting it to be good, and it looks fabulous. It really, really does. So you're building up there. You're putting on your mounting system and your supports for the engine to go in, and you mount it into the front of the bulkhead. Put your spinner and your propeller on. Then you've got these engine covers to be built up. And the intakes. There's quite a lot of steps in this as well. There's quite a lot of process. But the instructions are very, very clear. They look simple to understand, very straightforward. Fabulous. Oh, okay. So the two options on the wheels I was confused by. It's weight on wheels or not. So if it's on the ground, you have the option to pose it in that position with the weight on the wheels and the flat at the bottom. Or if it's in the air, this one, then you don't have the weight on wheels. So if you put it on a stand or something, then you have it without the flat on the bottom. It's nice that they include both options, which is so unusual these days. Not many other manufacturers are doing that. And then yeah, you assemble that, pop them in, and your dive brakes, dive slats, dive flaps, chassis, all sorts of. It's very quite a complicated build really. And you got your little bomblets and your big bombs that go into the central fuselage in the dive cradle. And then you build up the back cockpit for the gunner. And you put in your canopies. And then there's an option here for putting your spinner on late in the process there, so it doesn't get knocked off. And that's it. So then we got the Bonn, Germany based one, which is probably the one I'd go for. You also got the Legion Condor. Oh, there you go, that was a year out. 1938, the Spanish Civil War. I said 37, didn't I? But yeah, Legion Condor, and they wore these very strange, didn't want to admit that they were Germans, crosses. So they had white cross instead of black cross. I'm not sure what that was to do. Obviously they were supporting Franco during the conflict, and they didn't want to have actual German markings on the aircraft. So there we go. Well, do you know what? I am not sure that I have ever been so impressed by a kit. I mean, there was the nice little Saab Viggen I reviewed recently, which I was most impressed by. There was the MiG-25 Foxbat from ICM Revell, which was brilliant. But this represents a quantum leap forward, I think. This must have been the moment when Airfix, I mean, even the frame of the sprue, it's rock solid. It's just brilliant. It's different from the other things that they've produced. I'm very tempted to contact Airfix and ask them why this was different to some of the things at the same year. But that is grossly superior to the other products that they've produced. And I think it's a quantum leap for them. That is as good as a Tamiya. I haven't built it, so I will just reserve final judgment. But judging by the quality of the moulding and the quality of the plastic, I think that's going to go together really nicely. I hope so. Touch wood. Anyway, that's it. So that is the Airfix Junkers AO7114 Stuka, and I have to say it gets 10 out of 10 from an inbox review point of view. I can't fault it. It looks brilliant. So go buy yourself one of these. Great time to have one. Battle Britain anniversary this summer. I think I'll be building this sometime September, October. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. It's nice to have something that defies expectations in such a positive way. That's really good. So thanks Airfix for actually stepping up to the mark and producing a real beauty. That's stunning, stunning. Oh, it was 10 out of 10. So thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the review. Please tune in soon for some more amazing reviews, and in the meantime, take care of yourself. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.